South Africa's sources of oil are diverse, but what happens to oil prices will affect the local economy. Oil prices touched $78 per barrel this week, with rising tensions in the Middle East continuing to fuel fears of regional supply disruptions as Israel and Iran continue to attack each other. Experts say the biggest risk associated with this conflict is if Iran decided to close the Strait of Hormuz, which would disrupt supply and lead to sharp price increases. Minerals and Petroleum Resources Minister Gwede Mantashe says if this conflict escalates, this could push up the petrol price.
There's a body called OPEC. OPEC is a collection of all producing countries in the world, and that is where we get our oil. But the reality of the matter is that if that conflict intensified, it's going to push the price of petrol up. And people must expect that it will push the price of petrol up because moving oil is going to be much more difficult and more complex than it was earlier. But I think that war will have to end quicker than later so that the world can be normal. Everybody defaults into talking about Third World War. I don't think prospects of a Third World War are in the immediate. It's not going to happen. People must value life and save life wherever it's possible. There must be peace in the world. Wars don't create prosperity.
Chief economist at Momentum Investments, Sanisha Pakrisamy, says ongoing tensions could fuel inflation. This would restrict the Reserve Bank from further cutting rates.
If, of course, the oil price is sustained at these levels together with the rand dollar price, then we could potentially see what the Central Energy Fund is pricing in, roughly speaking, about an 18 cents under recovery, which would then be the fuel price increase for the month of July. And that would then, of course, come through for the consumer. But I would say that, our entry point is quite low. The base there is quite low on petrol prices. So that does provide us a little bit of a buffer, unless, of course, we do see those oil prices shooting up on the back of an escalation rather than a de-escalation of conflict between Israel and Iran.
Pakrisamy says a prolonged conflict or a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz could drive oil prices significantly higher, threatening global economic stability. Doris Sefakomusi, SABC News, Johannesburg.